Men have a whole crisis of loneliness popping off. There have been so many articles written about how they're falling out of the workforce and that they don't have very many friends and all of this, how they're just failing and flailing. Yet they keep running to social media to talk about what women are doing. And Black men keep commenting on what Black women are doing. So I found this on Facebook and it's captioned, "This is how all the strong, independent, I don't need no man, Black women gonna be looking in a couple more years." Yeah, I said a couple more years. Look at how fast you got to the age you are now. Shaking my MFing head, all that you was talking about a Black man. I hope you got the peace of mind you're looking for. Now, look at this picture. We got a downtrodden Black woman with a full head of hair, all her hair, not a receding hairline. She has a well balanced meal. It has, you see the carbs, you see the greenery, you see she has some juice. I don't know why the egg is on the table, but still, whatever. She has some pets. And for whatever reason, they wanted to make her look downtrodden. And of course, they got Cynthia G in the background. But let's be for real. By the time most Black women get to be this age, most of our Black male counterparts won't be here because they die off earlier than Black women anyway, either at their own hands, I'm sorry, like other Black men's hands, or because of their health failing. So let's be real, regardless, Black women will be dying alone anyway, simply because it's a numbers game. And then they really love bringing Cynthia G into the situation. Now, they helped get her demonetized off of YouTube, but now she's over on Patreon. And if they do want to find her videos, they have to sign up for her membership. I am tickled at that. But the fact that they have put her on this TV screen really shows that they are living in her, I mean, that she is living in their heads. Before I go further with this video, I want to highlight the fact that I do still have a book out called Ashy Men Will Make You Fat, a petty self-help guide. In this book, we talk about the impact of choosing an ashy man and how it will impact your waistline, your finances, your mental and your physical health, and all of that. Please go ahead, check us out at bourbonbougieshop.com. We are still out here sending off packages to people. So go ahead and check us out at bourbonbougieshop.com. Now back to the video. Now, it is not just Black women that are getting these men that are railing against cats. I saw this one on Facebook as well. And the group is called The Failures of Feminism. And he titled this, "I Don't Need a Man." And the woman is on her phone. She's smiling. She got chocolates off to the side. She got cats on the other side. And this looks like a very contented woman. They are determined to make like cats are the bane of women's existence or whatever. Look at, she has some nice fuzzy socks on too. This woman is comfortable. And I'm going to get into some of the comments because the women are letting these dudes know that y'all not really threatening us with a bad time by talking about cats. But this is what it looks like as women get older. There are way more women than men anyway, regardless, because men die sooner. So the red side is the women's side, the blue side is the men's side. Now, before I get into some of the comments, which I will, because the women are like, y'all not going to threaten us with a terrible time. This is what the age structure looks like in the United States. There are way more females than males. But if you look at the women, there are definitely more women, more grown women than there are men, and these are in millions. So you really have to look closely. But as we get older, there are way more women anyway. So they're not really threatening us with anything. Women need to just focus on our family relationships, our hobbies, and our friendships because men are going to die sooner anyway. Look at this graph. The red is women. There are way more women than there are men anyway. So the numbers say, regardless, women have to find something to do, some hobbies, friendships, relationships that are not male dominated because the men are not going to be there anyway. Now, some of the comments on this particular post. Okay, Michelle says, yes, I'd rather die in peace alone. I've never wanted a husband or a wife job. I don't hate men. I just love me more. Um, Aquimnon says, why are you worried about anyone other than yourself is the real question. Sounds like you get rejected a lot. And then Daniel says, all the stupid 304s in the comments, I'll be happy single. You have no choice. No man wants a 304 that's been ran through and that's hella masculine. This person could really hit off a lot of the bingo boards. Okay. He says, no man wants a 304 that's been ran through and that's hella masculine. All of you enjoy your fates being single and on antidepressants. And it's not just Black women, it's going to be all women in the West. Get your passport. Man, that man's comment hit on so many of these bingo boards. We got the cat, we got our passport, we got masculine. There's so many that man hit. But okay, let's get back to some of these other comments. Kim says, I can't wait personally. Shatavia says, you can be married and still feel like this. See it all the time. Sharifa says, nope, my grandmother doesn't like pets and she has 5 daughters taking care of her. She's 96. Her only son passed away at 30. Her husband was a horrible man and died at 46. She lived without a man for a long time and was a very happy person with her daughters and grandkids. And Zenteria says, that's if y'all live long enough to see it. Just go back to the graphic that I gave with the age distributions. These comments are on point, and women are letting them know that men die younger than we. Percy says, it doesn't work in reverse since most men throughout history were single and childless their entire lives. Women being single, childless, and single is a brand new phenomenon, one that started only a couple of decades ago. Source, trust me, bro. Now, these are some of the comments from the woman that was laying in the bed with the cats and the chocolate. Kay says, this looks ideal. I'm not seeing the problem here. Marielle says, I don't see the issue here. She looks happy to not be dealing with a male screaming at her about gender roles or how it's apparently her fault he can only last 30 seconds. Males are a liability in a woman's life, not a benefit. Carrie says, y'all just mad because we're getting all the cat and y'all still ain't getting none. Shanique says, why are some men so quick to expose that they are undesired? Some women would rather spend their lives with pets instead of them. Herta Burby says, this is my drawing. Wicked people roughly cropped the drawing and cut off my signatures. Why would you do that? It's hard enough for authors. My original drawing, which is on my account. So that person grabbed her cat and chocolate and woman in bed, and she is setting the record straight. So that's Herta Burby. But this woman says, who took my picture? And Erturzio says, I know, right? You should sue that person because that's an invasion of privacy. Michael says, whatever makes you happy, I guess. They really don't believe that women are going to be happy regardless. Because Hanzo said, well, that's the problem. It doesn't. It's just a placebo. Source, trust me, bro. Alexia says, this is what winning looks like to me. Travia says, this looks like a good time to me. Very peaceful. Freddie says, God bless these kinds of ladies and women. Okay. Dion says, I'm laughing about where the black cat is at. And then my girl Elaine, or A Piece of My Mind, made this post on her Facebook saying, listen, don't nothing piss males off more than seeing a happily single, child-free black woman who's living her best life and being loved on. Nothing. And then Duke had to say, all y'all cap. It's always a desire for a woman to have a man she truly loves. It's supposed to be in men and women's nature to have true love between each other. I mean, who raised y'all? Take accountability. Stop the bitterness and pay attention to who you decide to love because there's plenty of us good men out here. But if you don't know what to look for or don't know how to deal, then it seems like a personal problem. It's so many people with no souls. It's such a drought out here. The educational system, they really should just be focusing on their grammar and spelling instead of what women are doing and what they think that women are desiring. And I'm going to leave it at that. I love seeing women say that they are happy no matter what. And I love laughing at the men who really think that they are going to like shame us into being with them. Y'all jump in the comments. Let me know what you think.